Hello, my dear friends. I am Prashant Mahwani and I warmly welcome all of you to StudyIQ. I hope you all are doing good. Dear friends, our pen drive and tablet courses are available. And the good news is that great holy sale is on as we are speaking now. So make sure you make the most out of this holy sale. Huge discounts are provided to you guys under this great holy sale on our pen drive and tablet courses. With this, identify the person that you can see on your screen. The last picture was of King of Jordan Abdullah II, and it is in news that he is in India. He is going to be here, and important discussions are going to take place between India and Jordan. Now, dear friends, the first item that we find in PIB of 21st Feb is that PM inaugurated this Investors Summit in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. Whilst inauguration, or PM also announced that this defense industrial corridor that we find in Uttar Pradesh will be expanded to this Bundelkhand area as well. And if you are aware about this thing, I'm not sure how many of you were following this Uttar Pradesh state elections, right? At that point of time, this was a big topic that Bundelkhand should be uplifted, or development of this portion of Uttar Pradesh should be paid attention to, because this is one of the most backward area in Uttar Pradesh. And when you are investing 20 crore rupees for this defense industrial corridor, and when this much investment can create 2.5 lakh jobs, and these jobs are going to take place in this industrial corridor, so many new factories will be there, you know, small component suppliers and other things. So this will bring livelihood opportunity for 2.5 lakh people directly and indirectly, and later on we will see more addition as well. So this is a big thing for Bundelkhand as well as Uttar Pradesh, and Prime Minister said that Uttar Pradesh has a potential to become the growth of entire country, growth engine for the entire country in terms of agriculture. Say for example, you know that Ganga is passing from Uttar Pradesh, so one of the most fertile piece of land you find in Uttar Pradesh. You have this state is big, we know, in terms of population, right? One of the most populated in terms of population. This is number one in our country. So when you have high amount of population, service sector can be developed. There are many different districts in this big state of ours, right? You have immense potential. You can find natural resources as well, and based on agriculture you can develop this food processing industries and other things. So yes, in this way you can say that it has a potential to become a growth engine because of Ganga, fertile land and other natural resources and human beings. With this, dear friends, Prime Minister said that this one district, one product scheme of Uttar Pradesh, and I personally find this scheme very interesting, because as an IAS officer, or say for example if you are posted as a collector to any particular district of our country, then it is one of your job to look after the development of that particular district. And one district, one product, I'm sure at least you will find one unique product associated with one district, right? Every district in our country has something and something unique that can be catered or tabled on national or international level. And once we identify this thing, and once we add the skills, and when we add a touch of this startup India, then we can change this. You can turn these tables. And Prime Minister also talked about this red tape and red carpet. I'm sure you know about these things. We have talked about it. And MSME, as I was speaking with you guys, that many more MSMEs will be seen here in this Bundelkhand and different parts of our country as well. You find MSMEs are second biggest job provider after agriculture in our country, and this is a very important role of MSME. There are nowadays, we find, because of this touch of technology and improving skills and other things, information flow has improved as well. So because of this MSMEs are the products that they can produce, and this flexibility this MSMEs have our competitive edge in today's era. We have talked about this thing in detail earlier on, this crop residue or stubble burning, and how it is adding pollution to different parts of this whole Gangetic Plains. I'm sure many of you have checked out special video lecture on this stubble burning. We talked about it a couple of months ago. If you have not, then do check it out. It is there in English and Hindi, available on our YouTube channel. And state government has planned for a new biofuel policy. They will use this residual product and convert it into biofuel. Singh, as he is famously known in Canada, Prime Minister of Canada Justin Trudeau, met Punjab Chief Minister Amrinder Singh in Amritsar. And both leaders, there is a special connection between Punjab and Canada. Many times Canada is referred as pinned as well. A couple of days ago, someone from you posted a comment as well, referring Canada as a pinned. And you are right as well, because this is how, Punjabi people, you find them in Canada. They are in good numbers over there. They are doing very well as well. And so this makes it very important for the visiting Prime Minister to meet this Chief Minister of Punjab. They talked about Punjab-Canada relations. They discussed these issues as well in terms of agriculture, service sector and dairy farming. Both Punjab as well as Canada are good in dairy farming. And Khalistan issue was also raised by Chief Minister Amrinder Singh. He said that there are people and there are factions and groups in Canada. They are supporting, or they are basically providing fuel by finance and by supplying weapons to these terrorist groups, and then they are creating problems in our country and our state. So Prime Minister of Canada has assured that he will take action, and this is a big thing. This is something that we were looking for. So now we have to see whether he is able to walk the talk or not. Ministry of External Affairs has again expressed its, you can say, concerns regarding our disappointment regarding this state of emergency that was extended yesterday in Maldives, and USA as well has expressed disappointment over this emergency or extension of this emergency. This is just a bit of update for you here. Sri Radha Mohan Singh, who is Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, has added and launched the 6 new features of this eNAM platform. We have talked about eNAM in detail, and I'm sure you know that this eNAM, you cannot term it a very successful platform. But let's see, with the addition of this eNAM mobile app, BHIM payment facility, a new and improved website with e-learning module, MIS dashboard, grievance redressal management system for Mandi secretaries, and integration with farmer database. Let's see whether these 6 new features, whether they can uplift or if they can make this eNAM bit more effective and efficient. In terms of efficiency, it's fine, but in terms of effectiveness, it has not attracted that much attention of our farmers yet. Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, that is known as DONOR. Now the minister is Dr. Jitendra Singh, and he had a meeting with the Israeli ambassador to India, Daniel Carmon. Now together they have decided, Israel and India have decided, that we are going to set up this Center for Agriculture, which will be backed up by Israeli expertise, and this will help us immensely, particularly northeastern region, to do all this research and food processing and innovation and adding more technology and other things associated with this agriculture sector. And we have immense potential in northeastern state. And I have one more news item, because you know we are taking 21st and 22nd Feb in one shot. So I have one more news associated with DONA. We will talk about it in detail as we reach there. One GK thing for you, you find this type of MCQs as well. So there is a plane called SARAS, right? SARAS is an indigenous light transport aircraft. So people can, it is basically a people carrier, as well as many times we see that when Air Force purchases this sort of transport aircraft, they can get rid of these seats and they can use it for a bit of cargo as well. This can be done, but at present it is going to be used for transport facility only. And it is in news because the second test flight has been successful. In total 20 test flights are planned, and Indian Air Force has committed to purchase 15 aircrafts. Very important item in terms of culture. Venkaiah Naidu has said, and he has requested and appealed to all state governments to make mother tongue a mandatory subject, at least to high school level. The problem is that see, nowadays we know English is a very important language, and it is becoming more and more, you can say, a universal language. But that does not mean that we are not paying any attention to our mother tongue. Mother tongue, the beauty of mother tongue is that you don't have to care about grammar when you speak your mother tongue. The other thing is a child can grasp and understand better in his or her own mother tongue more than any other language. This is how our brain is designed, right? Mother tongue is the first language, the language that we speak at our home. So of course, there is always going to be this emotional thread associated with our mother tongue. And there is no harm as well in being bilingual or multilingual, because what happens if you go to European countries like France or Germany, you will be surprised to know this thing, that they don't have that good grip when you compare it with our students or our people when we talk about English, right? Of course, they are very good with their mother tongue, and the good thing, or one advantage that we have in our country is that at least, right, generally speaking, people would be knowing 3 languages: English, Hindi, and your mother tongue. These are the 3 languages. Now, if you go in the southern part of our country, then they may not have that much good grip in Hindi, but then they would be aware about, say for example, Tamil people would be knowing a bit about Telugu as well as Malayalam. So you have this advantage. So all across the board, you can say you can have 3 languages, and in our country you have more than if I'm not wrong, more than 100 languages are mother tongue of our people. Then you have many tribal languages as well, and we have to protect these tribal languages. We have to protect, and we have to nourish our indigenous languages. So this is very important. I thoroughly agree with Venkaiah Naidu when he is saying that states should at least promote up to high school level. You should be able to read, write, communicate very well in your mother tongue. And language is a lifeline of a culture, and in a way it defines the larger social milieu in which a society lives. With this, northeastern state is this one is not about northeastern, not northeastern, but this one is more about eastern region of our country. And Green Revolution, let me tell you why this particular topic is important. Very, very important topic this one is, because see, the first Green Revolution was limited to Punjab and Haryana and Uttar Pradesh and some other parts of our country. I still remember quite clearly, a couple of years ago, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that we need one more Green Revolution, but this time we need a particular dedicated Green Revolution for our eastern part. He's not talking about just a geographical eastern part. He's talking, when you talk about Green Revolution, we are talking about eastern part of our agricultural land in the eastern part of our country. So you cannot take all the states. You have few states. In total, you have 7 states that form this eastern belt. So on this 18th Foundation Day, these celebrations were on an Indian Council of Agriculture Research Complex for Eastern region of Patna, right? This was the 18th Foundation Day, and the good news, or the good thing about this center in Patna, is that it is not just working on this wheat, pulses, oilseeds and paddy. It is doing extraordinary work for crop diversification, livestock development, fisheries and water management, horticulture, agroforestry and soil science. Now, I have few facts in front of you. I would like to present it, and you can see it on your screen. This will help you immensely, because this type of questions you may find in mains examination. If they ask you like what are the things or what are the benefits, say for example, it won't be that simple as you can understand, but just breaking it down for you. So if you are asked a question like how it is going to be beneficial or why we need one Eastern Green Revolution, then the thing is, these 7 eastern states, right, in terms of geography, they constitute 22.5% of our country, but the population is 34%. Livestock, 31%. This is addition, or you can say this is a benefit or strength of these 7 eastern states. Then you have this Gangetic plains. They are extremely fertile, as we know, and this will help us immensely in food security. So these are all the positive points that you have for Eastern Green Revolution. And Eastern Plateau can be very important for fruits and vegetables as well. So here you go, right? That's basically, if you find this type of question, then I'm sure you have nailed it, right? You will get good marks if you have this sort of balanced and important, you can say, facts and figures. With this Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, right? We have this donor as well as Ayush together have decided that an inter-ministerial committee should be formed that will look after this medicinal and aromatic plants, MAPs as they are known in short form, to be set up in Northeastern Region. Now you know that you have parts of Himalayas and very beautiful landscape you have here in northeastern part of our country. And the other thing is, nowadays, if you see most of the products, right, these beauty products and medicinal products, you find this made up from herbal and made from this tree and that tree and herbs and shrubs and things like that. So this is in trend. And if we are having this raw material in northeastern states, and if we can promote it, right, if we can set up factories and industries, if we can, then this will provide livelihood to the people living in northeast. Then your raw material will be utilized. What we are doing now is there are many companies, they will take away this thing as a raw material and then they will produce this thing, just like what used to happen in East India Company. But now we can produce this thing in northeastern part and then we can sell it to the world. So this is a big thing, this is a good thing. And the next meeting is going to take place on 12th March. So let's see. With this Civil Services Day is celebrated every year on 21st April and on 20th April, right? You have these discussions going on regarding important or relevant topics of public administration and things like that. Awards are given out, and you have this news item in PIB that there are 4 areas of priorities. One is Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, promoting digital payments, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, rural and urban, and then you have Din Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana. You have these 4 priority areas, and based on this thing, the government is going to give awards. So one thing is clear, that you should have a good grip on all these 4 different schemes and yojanas, right? You may find question in your pre as well as your mains, right? So please do pay attention. This is a hint, you can say, when you find this very important for your civil services examination. So I hope you will do a little bit of research on this thing, and we have talked about it earlier on as well, so you can refer to our past slides. With this last item, Ministry of Science and Technology, supercritical carbon dioxide Brayton test loop facility will be developed in our country in Bangalore. This is going to be next generation technology loop and indigenous thing, and it is going to work on, this is going to be the first time, perhaps the first test loop coupled with this solar heat source in the world. This is going to be set up in our country. Now the thing is, you know, we use this steam energy for producing electricity from nuclear as well as thermal power plants. So this technology, this new loop facility will work on this, how we can get rid of this carbon dioxide and how we can reduce our footprint, carbon footprint and things like that. So in this term, it is very, in this context, it is very important. That's everything that we have got. I have been a bit quick, but I'm sure now you guys can manage this sort of speed as well, because I'm sure we now have a reasonably good amount of pre-existing knowledge. That's everything, and that's your new questions. One is pertaining to a language, and don't forget to check out StudyIQ.com for this holy discounts, right? Make the most out of it and enjoy your studies. Jai Hind.